Rise and shine. It's time to get the day started with the morning show of record for the Homestead community. It is the Farm2Table Direct Show Morning Edition. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in, especially to my morning crew. Glad you all have made it in with us. Hope your day's off to a great start. I am currently on my way to work, so unfortunately or fortunately, depends on which way you want to look at it, you get Memorex Ryan today. I know. It's not just not the same, and I agree. But we just have to do the best we can because, well, unfortunately, jobs and my schedule fluctuates some days, and my hat crooked. Anyway, I have to just to deal with that, and you know, uh, yeah, it is what it is. So here we are. Today's topic is the Okie Homestead Expo 2025. It is 1 week away, folks. 1 week away. That's right. That's right. Next Friday. Today's Thursday. Just a shade over a week. We'll be there next Thursday. So heading up there, getting up, set up. I know some of our guys listening. Some of the ones are going to be up there earlier in the week. I know Ed Kirkpatrick is headed in. That's going to bug me all day. Anyway, and I know that Robbie with the Wild Huckleberry is going to be in there early, working and helping, volunteering, setting up and stuff. So awesome that those guys are able to do that. But anyway, we'll be seeing everybody there Thursday that's coming in as vendors and coming in to set up. And, we'll run into a lot of people. Then, of course, Friday, the expo kicks off. But anyway, we'll get into that here in just a minute. Weather outside is marvelous spring weather. I've been enjoying it. Got some wind moving in. Looks like some March winds, maybe even next week. But temperatures are showing great. I'm gonna look over here and let's see what things are here where I live. In the morning, let's see where are we at here. Yep, right about now it's 54 degrees. Can you believe that? 54. High is going to be 77 here. Man, it felt great at 78 today. So, I'm looking forward to it. Loving the spring weather. Hope you all are too. Hope it's making up to everybody for all this bitter cold we've had. But anyway, let's move right on into today's reality smackdown. U.S. Senate Democrats, they're fuming over Trump-backed stopgap bill as shutdown deadline nears. That will be tomorrow, the 14th. So we'll see what happens. If we're going to go into another shutdown, we'll see. Every time it turns around, they're kicking the can down the road instead of getting a balanced budget and getting a budget passed, and all that. But that's a different topic for another day. Anyway, we'll see what happens. U.S. immigration detention centers maxed out at 47,600 detainees, ICE officials have said. Wow, that's a whole lot of detainees. Time to get them buses fired up, get them planes fired up, whatever. But anyway, crazy. Judge extends the ban on a Columbia student's deportation from the U.S. That's that Columbia student who's who's Palestinian, I guess, has a green. I guess he's here illegally, all that good stuff. But anyway, he's been leading protests and stuff. Anyway, I guess ICE immigration's arrested him, planning on trying to deport him, but judges are getting away. We'll see what happens as that develops. Wow, here it goes. Look at this. U.S. October to February budget deficit hits a record $1.147 trillion. I said trillion with a T. That's our deficit. That's how much in the red we were running from October, November, December, January, February. 5 months. 5 months. Get it up here. 5 months. $1.147 trillion deficit. Folks, let us run in that red like that. That's crazy. That's insane. And then we wonder why we got problems. Now, here's some good news. I hope it all carries through. The lawyers and the legal beagles and all that are going to get involved. But the EPA had announced a sweeping plan to revoke dozens of environmental regulations. Thumbs up. I know there's some that are good, but most of it's overreaching. A lot of it has to do with climate change and car mandates and a lot of things like that. Of course, the other side is screaming. They're mad about it. They don't want it to happen. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, that is today's reality smackdown. Man, let's turn our attention to this day in history on March the 13th. Let's see what's happened. 1852, the Uncle Sam cartoon figure made its debut in the New York Lantern Weekly. Uncle Sam wants you. That's right. The Uncle Sam cartoon. Love that cartoon. Love that figure. Anyway, 1869, Arkansas legislature passes anti-Ku Klux Klan law. I'm assuming that was a law against it. That would make sense. Anyway, 1913, fast forward a little while, jump forward a few years. 1913, the Kansas legislature approved censorship of motion pictures. And, there you go. I mean, I think I'm good for rating systems, but I don't know. Anyway, 1925, Tennessee makes it unlawful to teach evolution. And I think then we ended up a bunch of cases, Scopes monkey trial, all that good fun stuff. But anyway, there it was. 1945, Dutch monarch Queen Wilhelmina returns to the Netherlands after 5 years in exile in the UK. That only caught my attention because, well, I'm in Arkansas and we have Queen Wilhelmina State Park down at Mena, Arkansas, and outside of Mena. And interestingly, this park named after her and everything, and she never made it to the park. She never got to come see it. Never made it. Interesting little fact. Anyway, 1965, 20 years later, the Beatles, 8 days a week. Single goes #1 and stays #1 for 2 weeks. I like that song because, boy, do I have weeks that feel that way. I'm sure you do too. Anyway, so fast forward a whole lot because, well, just wasn't any real good news. It was all bad news. 1986, Microsoft has its initial public offering. Well, don't we wish we could have got some of that in 1986? Ooh-wee. Anyway, all right, let's see. Man, my pages are sticking together. All right. 1987, John Gotti, the Teflon Don, boss of the Gambino crime family, is acquitted of racketeering. Yeah, they kept on, though. They kept on. Anyway, 1991, Exxon pays $1 billion with a B, $1 billion in fines and cleanup of the Valdez oil spill, the Exxon Valdez. Yep, I remember that. 1996, at Dunblane Primary School in Scotland, 16 children and one teacher are shot dead by Thomas Hamilton, who then commits suicide, which results in handguns being banned in the UK. See where this can go, folks. See where this can go. Anyway, it's tragic, but the guns didn't kill. People did. Anyway, 2019, home of civil rights. We jumped way forward, I know. When I say there wasn't anything good happen today or nothing worth talking about, there was a whole lot of nothing worth talking about. From there to there. 2019, home of civil rights activists Medgar and Murray Evers established as a national monument in Jackson, Mississippi by President Donald Trump. Also in 2019, busy year. This day was busy in 2019. Member of the New York Gambino, same one with John Gotti, Gambino mob family, Frank Cali, shot dead outside his home. First killing of a high-ranking mobster since 1985. Interesting. 2019, I remember this, U.S. grounds all Boeing 737 MAX aircraft after bans by other countries following the plane's type's second crash in Ethiopia. That's right. I remember that too. 2023, we're going to jump forward. Vinyls outsell CDs in the U.S. for the first time since 1987. 41 million vinyl records versus 33 million CDs, according to a report. Interesting. And 2024, this one's still going on. This is still hitting us today. 2024, U.S. House of Representatives votes to force TikTok owner China-based ByteDance to sell the social media platform or face a ban in the U.S. And there you go. Today in history. All right. Let's get into today's topic. I know it's about 9 minutes. We're doing good. Got plenty of time. Here we go. Okie Homestead Expo 2025. As I said in the intro and lead in, it's Thursday when you're watching this. And this time next week, we will be, I'll be doing a show that morning. And Thursday morning, and then we're going to be hitting the road as soon as the show's over. Grab the gear, throw it in the truck. Trailers are going to be loaded, and we're going to be headed to Pryor, Oklahoma, and Okie Homestead Expo. Going to be going up for setup day for vendors, and we'll get our checked into our Airbnb. And I know many of you will be doing the same thing if you're not already there. And then, of course, Friday the big dance kicks off. It is an action-packed lineup this year, and I just want to read some stuff from Okie Expo right quick before we go into the schedule and kind of talking about some of the great stuff that's going to be happening up there at the expo this year. Uh, so they said people are awakening and reclaiming control from the convenience culture that has long dominated our lives. Once common skills, just a generation or two ago, are making powerful comeback as we embrace self sufficiency and a more intentional way of living. That's what we've been preaching right here. We're discovering the vital importance of preparing for the future and nurturing our families with the wisdom and practices that have sustained our ancestors throughout the ages. That's right. The Okie Homestead Expo is Oklahoma's premier educational event for homesteading, showcasing over 40 experienced educators such as renowned speaker Joel Salatin, the Doughertys, and many more. This family-friendly event welcomes homesteaders of all levels and provides an invaluable resource of invaluable resources and networking opportunities. Recognizing the potential isolation and challenges of homesteading, the Okie Homestead Expo unites like-minded individuals for fellowship, knowledge, sharing, and mutual support. So there it is. That is kind of a mission statement, if you will, with the Okie Homestead Expo, and we are super excited for it this year. So right now, what we're going to do is start getting into the schedule. I'm going to share screen this, and we'll talk about it, kind of go through, and make some comments as I go through certain things that are highlights. But let's get into this. Quite a bit to go through. 2 day schedule. We're going to go through, talk about some of this, and then kind of set the stage. The countdown, if you will. I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks now. We just did our ticket giveaway last night, or well, Tuesday night rather, on the Farm2Table Direct Show Live. Congratulations, Jack Dyer won that, and then gave it promptly to his friends Clyde and Stacy, which is of course Let's Have a Cup of Coffee and Smiley Matthews. But anyway, because they promptly gave them the tickets so that they would be at the expo. And man, what a heart right there! That's a good friend. I don't care what anybody says. But anyway, so we're looking forward to sitting down with Let's Have a Cup of Coffee, Clyde, and with Smiley, which Stacy. Looking forward to sitting down with them as we do each year that we give away tickets. So anyway, let's move right on into the schedule and see what's happening right there. It's going to be kind of big. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Y'all can see that quite well. Good deal. Okay. All right. Friday schedule. Speaker schedule Friday, March 21st. Now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 places that there's going to be going on, plus a tent. So a total of 5 different areas. Things are going to be going on in. I know, of course, this is the main building inside. They've divided. That's where everything's happened. Show Barn A. Let me see. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably going to be inside the arena area. That's where they've always done that animal stuff. And then Show Barn B, for those who remember where we were set up last year at Okie Expo that were there, and remember us, where we were set up right there facing the outside, kind of against the wall. There's a stage right there. We had it kind of covered up with all our gear. Mr. P was sitting up on that stage most of the day, operating our sound equipment and stuff and video equipment. And so anyway, that stage, they needed that. And so they're going to be set up there for Show Barn B. And then, of course, a tent that's going to be set up somewhere out in the, I'm sure, in the main area where it'll be able to be seen. But anyway, so those are our 5 areas that we'll be talking about. See, 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., the gates open. Of course, March 21st and 22nd. There's the address if you didn't have it, 2200 Northeast 1st Street, Pryor, Oklahoma. And 8:30 will be the grand opening, the opening ceremony in the Event Center East. Of course, that'll have a national anthem, prayer, announcement of things. Daniel Arms, I do believe, is the MC that's going to be working that particular area. I'm not sure who was going to be MCing some of these others, but I know that he has, traditionally been the MC in Event Center East. So, starting it off at 9 a.m., grass-fed family dairy cow. That's Sean and Beth Dougherty, Sow's Ears Farm. You can look them up. I don't think they YouTube very much, but Sean and Beth Dougherty, super smart people, heart of a teacher. We had the privilege of interviewing them last September at Ozarks Homestead Expo. Look forward to being able to sit down with them again uh, this year and talk to them about some current events and things going on and catch up with them. Great couple, super smart. And I will tell you that the line to their booth at Ozarks was all day. Both days they were there, it was loaded up. They are very popular, sought after for information and learning. So if you get a chance to get over and see them, see their presentation, and get a chance to go over and talk to them, great people. So also at 9 a.m. in the Event Center West, Creating Your Ideal Flock, Michaela Fuchs with Ideal Poultry. I think she presented last year as well, or at least spoke for a few minutes. Of course, Ideal is a hatchery, and so they sell chickens and that type of thing. So really good deal. Out in Show Barn A, our friend Craig Beam from Beam Farm will be we're doing a presentation over raising and processing quail. I will say Craig is, he knows his quail. He knows that stuff. I've watched part of his processing and everything. Super smart guy and has a lot of information about that. So if you're interested in that, that's also at 9 a.m. Now at 9 a.m. in Show Barn B, Sean Mills with Hack My Homestead. Love that title, and that's what it is. It's homestead hacks. Off-grid water systems, though, is what he's going to be talking about. Don't know him specifically, but look forward to getting to meet him. I like the sound of his name, and I like the topic he's talking about with off-grid water systems. Also at 9 a.m., hog butchering. Brandon Sherd, how that's pronounced, Sheard, Farmstead Meatsmith. I've watched Brandon work before. He was at different place, it was Okie and also Ozark. The guy is super smart, butchering and teaching how to process and butcher and stuff. Your meat so what you can do yourself, which avoids a whole lot of aggravation and headache if you've got the space and the resources. So as you can see, and we're going to be talking about this throughout the day, you're going to have to really take these schedules and kind of plan your day. And you may even have to split up if you've got as a couple and you got multiple things you're wanting to see or hear, but as it is a stacked and loaded 2 days of presenters. So the butchering lasts all the way through the morning. So that's going to be a long period of time there, so you can catch different parts of it. Back to Event Center East at 10:30. Proper plant feeding. Leon Sloan, Gardening with Leon, super smart guy, friendly, courteous, nice guy. Have had the pleasure of talking with him a couple of times at different places and look forward to getting to see him again. Looks like it'll be a couple of times this year as well. Super smart guy. Dan Threlkeld, Weather for Homesteading. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I haven't met him, but I'm sure there's something to that. I want to kind of try to find out what that actual topic, if he's actually talking about the weather or if he's talking about something else. Who knows? 10:30 a.m. Raising meat goats. Dwayne Hall, Red Feather Farms. I know that Pat Cotton is going to be with Dwayne. Two very knowledgeable people on goats. We've done videos with them. Dwayne's our friend and Red Feather Farms there, and super great guy. And I will say that him and Miss Pat. Two people, if you want to know about meat goats specific and you want to know about that, tons of knowledge and super smart and super friendly, teachers' hearts. Going to be a great one right there if you're interested in goats. Such as Show Barn A. Show Barn B, fermenting. Anna Hill from Fermented Homestead. I know that's a skill that some people want to learn, so that demonstration will be going on there, or class and demonstration in Show Barn B. Of course, in a lunch break, listen to vendors. The food trucks are off the charts down there, especially Prepping and some of the others. And of course, the vendors are going to be filled up in the barn, which is where we'll be set up somewhere in the vendor barn as well. So you can check us out. Live music by the Deddy Sisters in Event Center East. So that's on the main stage. They'll have some music going. Okay, now move through this as fast as we can. 1 p.m. in Event Center East, the speakers panel. So I'm assuming that's some of the speaker, obviously self-explanatory. We will definitely want to be there for that. Some of the speakers that are going to be there at the expo in a panel where you question and answer, I think is how that typically works. Event Center East, 1 p.m. Canning with Lorraine Shehawk. Shock. See, I always miss her last name, Shehawk. Shock. Of Bluff Creek Acres. Lorraine's a great lady, super smart. She also knows about rainwater catchment and has some great advice for people, and she is just super cool. Glad to see her getting opportunities to speak and present. 1 p.m. in Show Barn A, Transforming Your Life, Soil, and Livestock Naturally. That's Carson Ripstein with Redmond Agriculture, like the hat I'm wearing. He gave me this hat. Thanks, Carson. Looking forward to another one maybe someday. But hopefully get to sit down with Carson. Super nice guy, super knowledgeable. And, of course, they Redmond Ag and their salt from out in Idaho, I think it is, or whatever. Anyway, super smart guy. They have a lot of cool products. I know Keith buys a lot of that stuff for their salt needs in their house. At 1 p.m. in Show Barn B, Urban Permaculture. It's Heather Butler with Hogs and Hens Urban Farm. Don't know much about that, but if you're interested in permaculture, there it is for you. Now out in the tent at 1 p.m., our buddy Justin Scott with Sweet Stingers Honey and Apiary about honey extraction. So if you want to know honey stuff, Justin Scott is super knowledgeable, ultra-friendly guy. They've got great products. I'm looking forward to picking up some of his honey like we do every time we meet up with him. And super great family. Has his kids heavily involved. It's a family operation, so super nice people. Back in Event Center East, Main Event Center East at 2:30. Meet Rabbits, Megan Height, Living the Height Life. And hopefully maybe we'll get to catch up with her this year. But if you want to know about rabbits, she's the person, no doubt about it. Anyway, so check that one out. Abundant Health, Clean, and Organic Food. David Stelzer with Azure Standard. Of course, Azure Standard, people many know who that is. That'll be a good informative presentation there. And that's in the West, Main Event Center West. Let's see what we got going on here. Looking at my time. Well, we're going to have to move through this. Anyway, let's see. Wow, this is just day one. I could do a whole other day. I may have to do another day. Perfect Homestead Cow, Kimberly Jepson from Moonshine. That's not Moonshine. Moonshine Ridge, Dexter Farm. So talking about the Dexter cow. So that'll be a good one if you're interested. Homestead Now, Jason, Julie, and Bella Crikey. I don't know. Hope I ain't messing that up too bad. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's just, but that's in Show Barn B. I really don't know much about them, but we look forward to meeting them. And in the tent, 2:30 p.m., I'm going to look forward to speaking with this guy, Preparing a Homestead for Collapse, Zach Bauer, an American Homestead. And I would say this, look exactly what that is, preparing a homestead for collapse. And I'm sure he's not talking about a collapsing homestead. I'm sure he's talking about some other stuff, prepping and that type of thing. Super smart guy, former veteran. Really cool interview with him. One of my favorite sayings, stupid should hurt. Anyway, but anyway, look forward to talking with Zach again there. All the way out at 4 p.m. Back in Main Event Center A, Herbal First Aid for Man and Beast, Dr. Patrick Jones from the Homegrown Herbalist School. Nationally known, nationally renowned, speaks all over the country. Super intelligent guy. Look forward to hopefully getting to sit down with him for the first time this year as well. In Event Center West, whole grain bread making with Gary Levitt and Jim Park from Nutrimill. So those that are interested in learning about that, that'll be a good one at 4 p.m. Wild plant identification and foraging walk. That's in Show Barn A. That's Stuart and Ashley Klaus, Restoration Farms. They are super smart when it comes to that foraging and plant identification and things of that nature. Stuart and Ashley will make your head expand with knowledge. So you go into that ready to learn if you're going to go there. But that'll be a good class. Also at 4 p.m. in Show Barn B, Introduction to Hatching with Cassie Walker from Walker Farm Fam. I think it's safe to say if you're in Oklahoma and you're in homesteading, or if you're in homesteading period, and Cassie Walker and Walker Farm Fam are known about their chickens, which is crazy the way they hear them talk about it. But anyway, that'll be a good learning session there. At 4 p.m. in the tent, is at 4 p.m. is Our Story, Sean and Beth Dougherty from Salzer's Farm, and trust me, it's an interesting story. We sat down with them at Ozarks Expo as well. Ozarks Homesteading Expo back in September, and again, a great couple, super smart. Things going on now throughout the day. Ongoing demos all day is a blacksmithing demo from Bob Scudder, I guess that's Scudder, Promethean Forge. He was there last year demonstrating. It was super cool to watch him. Now in the Goat Education Center, Red Feather Farms, a vendor booth, and show in the Show Barn Pavilion. Dwayne Hall, Pat Cotton, I mentioned them earlier. Demo Friday at 2 p.m. So that's way back up in the middle of the day there. But like I said, again, if you want to see some goat education, you want to learn, that's the people to ask. Man, that is Friday. Wow. Let me see where we're at. We're at 25 minutes in this. I'm going to have to stop. We're going to have to pick up Saturday, maybe Friday, maybe Monday. But just real quick, Friday, Saturday, Sean and Beth Dougherty, Dr. Jones, Joel Salatin, Justin Scott. Joel Salatin again later in the day. So he's got two speaking plus a speakers panel and then a presentation there. Chris Boggs, the Boondocks, Herbal Medicine, Livestock Guardian Dogs, Bill Costanza with Texas A&M Agri-Life. We'll forgive him for being an Aggie. Sourdough 101, Homestead Taxes, Dan Snyder, the Homestead CPA, super smart guy. Emergency Food Storage, Gary Levitt, Jim Park. Chicken Processing Demo with Joel Salatin and David Schaefer. That'll be interesting if you want to watch chicken processing. They do a good job. Rabbit Processing, Megan Height, Living the Height Life. Dairy Goats, Gabrielle and Esther Smith from Pilgrim's Heart Homestead. A lot of goat stuff. Mushroom Cultivation, Joel Myers from Oklahoma Mushroom Company. Herding Dogs Demo, some around Working Cow Dogs. Solar Power, Sean Mills. That's going to be great. So around water. Vermicomposting, Tammy Flynn, Keystone Worms. She did a great presentation at the Rendezvous last year. Bob Ryder, Olive Branch Aquaponics. You want to learn about aquaponics? This is your guy. Beef Quality Assurance, Barry Whitworth, OSU Extension. Office Pigs for Profit, Allie Jones from Spring Fed Family Farm. Super nice people there. 9 a.m. is more hog butchering with Brandon Sheard. Seed starting, So Right Seeds. Monetizing Your Homestead, Bridget Nichols, the Pharmacy Barn to Table Market. That's an excellent presentation. Super smart. And then a gardening for resident, Sean and Beth Dougherty. Of course, the goat goats education at 10 and 2. And Bob Scudder all day with the Forge. Now, I know I blew through that last one. We'll revisit it. If not Friday, tomorrow, we'll visit it back Monday. Man, there's so much there. And you've seen that. I spent 20 minutes, basically almost 20 minutes talking, and I pretty well only went through the first page. And so we'll get back into the second more. I will say real quick, Keith and I are planning on basically bringing the Okie to the Okie and everywhere this year, but bringing the Farm to Table Direct Show. We're going to be on set. We're going to be conducting interviews with lots of people. Some of you that watch this show, as well as the speakers, presenters, and other things like that we're going to be doing there. We're going to be set up to where you can hear the interviews as we're conducting them. And of course, then we will get them uploaded to YouTube and Facebook, etc. later after we're done with the interviews. Mr. P is going to be busy. But so we're going to go for a slightly different experience this year where y'all can experience watching and being, hanging out with the Farm to Table Direct Show as we conduct interviews and do what we do. So we look forward to seeing you all there with that. I'll be talking more about this all the way up to the expo. We'll be breaking things down, getting things set up. So looking forward to that. So let me move to real quick and get this wrapped up and get out of here. Look forward to more about this later on. But anyway, tip of the day, treat everyone with kindness, even those who are rude to you, not because they are nice, but because you are. So as I said, how you respond to things says more about who you are than anything else. But anyway, upcoming events, of course, Okie Homestead Expo, March 21st, 22nd. Next week, Mays County Fairground, Pryor, Oklahoma. Tickets are still on sale, so get there. March 29th, Arkansas Homesteading Conference, Cleveland County Fairground, Rising, Arkansas. And New Beginnings Homestead Expo, April 12th, New Beginnings Church, Nowata, Oklahoma. I'm going to stop there. There's stuff coming April, but I'll get more of that on a day when I'm not pushing the clock, which seems to be never. But listen, this thing has started taking 3 pages, 2 pages, 2 full pages. Would say with Homesteaders of America, I did check. It does appear they're still selling tickets, at least according to the website. That's October 10th and 11th out in Virginia. Man, the speaker lineup there is great. John Lovell and his wife from Warrior Poet, and Nick Freitas, David David Salatin, Joel Salatin, Anacita Scott, the Doughertys. Man, so many more. The list is incredible of speakers up there this year, and Justin Rhodes. Man, that's going to be a great conference, great expo, if you will, but a conference out there in Virginia. It's going to be a good time. That is a wrap today for the Farm2Table Direct Show Morning Edition. Guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in as we talk about headline stories and more like expos that are impacting our world today and beyond. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit the like button, give us the old thumbs up, and share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected and help grow the conversation about food, farming, and the community. And until next time, keep your roots deep and your vision growing. Good food starts with great people just like you. And remember, we are #stronger together. Be a blessing to someone today. Hopefully, I'll be back with you live tomorrow. Not sure. I'll know the schedule when I get in and kind of be able to do the time, but I think I can. This week has been a crazy week at work. So anyway, hopefully, and because, it's Open Chat Friday tomorrow. So 6 a.m., if all goes well, it'll be Open Chat, and you guys get to control the topic and stuff. So we'll see. But otherwise, if not, we'll be talking more about Okie Expo and what's going on there, and just giving more breakdown on that, most likely. Unless something blows up in the news and I just have to talk about it, or something trips my trigger and I need to rant about it. So anyway, so there you go. What to look forward to. Anyway, be a blessing again to someone today. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you all enjoy the weather, and I hope you all are safe and healthy. And we will see you all on the other side. And y'all have a great and wonderful day. And I'm going to hand this to Hank to take us on out.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.